feel like she blames him for standing. I feel like she blames him for foolishly following her. Like it I think it's unbelievable to her that he can't see how manipulative she is based on, you know,
So which two
whatever.
will you take?
Yeah, so I'm gonna take it will get better on its own and it gives you purpose. So I will take another scar.
What will you take?
Um I, I don't know what would be appropriate. I feel like if you had said Gurney had done something, I would have taken Doomed.
You could still take doomed here.
I
Yeah.
think I will.
Okay.
I mean,
In
you
what
can
way
date.
are you doomed? In
I
what way
think
does
I
he?
think I think perhaps maybe like much like when Grimm died, he had some last words. I think Gurney's last words, like right before the axe falls, have some ongoing consequence. Right? That seems
Yeah.
appropriate, doesn't it?
So the axe, instead of hitting her in the neck as you intended, Frecky blocks you and forces your axe down to hit her in the chest. And as she's dying, Frecky is so shocked he doesn't like immediately murder you from behind. And
Hmm.
Gurney has time to reach out towards you and say, "Before the next morning, Olafson Jr. will die." And you get a very deep sinking in your chest as you know that someone close to you has been doomed by the death curse of a witch.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, so combat is still moving in slow motion.
Hmm.
Let's cut back to our good friend Rorik O'Callahan.
Who's been mortally wounded.
Yeah, you've been
and
stabbed
doesn't
in the
care.
thigh, I think, and you're definitely gonna bleed to death. I mean, there's no way to patch
like-
that up in this time. It's not
I'm
happening.
like, you bastard! Why didn't you stab me in the chest where I have this fine chain I just stole off one of your men? Ah, oh well. How many Norse soldiers are there left there?
So, he's backing away and getting a shield between you and him. And he looks around, and you look around. It seems like there's 9 soldiers left in this room, plus Frecky.
Oh, good. It'll be a fair fight then.
Would you like to make a battle roll involving you and Birdie versus them? Make a battle of this?
I can do that.
Okay.
And how does that work exactly?
We're going to, I think it's page 170 something in the book.
Okay.
Nope, that's too far.
I was gonna say that's the end of the book.
Yep, that's way too far.
Are you looking for the?
I'm looking for the battle move thing again. Armor. Battles. Okay, it's on page 129. Pick 2 that you believe are true for this fight.
Are we doing one versus or the when you fight?
It's the 2 of
against-
you versus many of them. So you pick what you believe to be true.
Let's see.
Oh, violence. Wow, couldn't he have taken when your armor saves you from grave harm?
That's an advanced move that we're not
Yeah.
using yet.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
Plus, he
I
stole that armor. He doesn't
Right.
even know how to use it. He literally was just like, okay. I get the idea that he's kind of a big guy, right? That was part of your
Yeah.
description. And like, so this
Yeah.
looks like a dress on you. Like, it only comes down to your stomach.
It's just like why I got stabbed
It's
in
a
the thigh.
shawl for you.
Damn it!
What's the Mexican like poncho serape things, where it just drapes over the front and the back?
I think clearly that that we're fighting with unmatched savagery, and I am clearly willing to fight dirty, and it does seem like my companion is as well.
Okay.
True of the other side, they're stubborn, and well, they do outmatch us in numbers. There's really no way around it.
Okay. All right. So you have a +0 to this roll.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Here it is. All right. Now then, I will take a roll where we are going to spend some stuff to get some pluses to this
Okay.
because you see, from beyond the grave, Baldur Olafsson is looking down and is going to have Odin and Thor and his fellow companions, who he's now with.
You can't spend bonds for the gods to help out on this roll. You can look into their hearts.
Oh, damn it!
Yeah.
The gods can't help me in battle.
Nope.
Okay, I'll spend my one floating
They can help
bond.
Bertie in battle, right?
Can they?
Why couldn't they?
Oh, you mean you want to spend them for aids?
Basically, just get +1.
I mean, if he and I are fighting, there's no reason why the gods couldn't help
I'll give
Bertie.
you that. I'll give
Right?
you that.
I mean, and
I'll
she's
give you
fighting
it
height.
for one reason. That fictionally, we know that Loki has turned against Gurney and her plans. And
Yeah.
so when you spend the gods, you're spending Loki being like, fuck Norway!
Okay.
Does he
I
do
love
like a
how,
little
like, in this
spin as he
game
walks
session-
out the door?
He Ric Flairs it. He
And-
slaps some guy. He slaps Thor on the chest as he walks out the drinking hall.
Can
What
I?
about this game session? We've rolled more in like the last half hour.
It's the
Yeah.
finale, and there's
I know.
tons of combat.
I know.
Yeah.
Can I spend my bond with Bertie as I'm fighting with her?
Oh no, you can't spend your bond with Birdie.
Can
you
I
already
spend?
got your god's money.
Can I spend my bonds with Freki as I'm fighting against him?
No, don't.
Oh.
I feel like you could once again aid Bertie in some way since she's more than likely
Yeah, but
going
he's
to
the
be
one
fighting
making the
Freki.
roll. I
Yeah,
will let
so-
you spend that.
But isn't it all part of one combat though?
Yeah, but it's him making the roll. I'll let you spend your bonds with Freki, and
Awesome.
it will be lowering Freki's roll. So, you're thematically what you're doing is reminding Freki of your history, and he's more hesitant to engage than normal.
Excellent. That's a lot of bonds. I'll get +6 to this roll.
And you roll snake eyes.
Let's see it.
12.
Okay,
Right.
you get 5 hold. You can defeat many enemies with 1 hold.
Let's see.
It's about time somebody rolled well on one of
I
these
know.
battles.
How about I spend 2 holds to kill many of them, and then 3 to kill their leader, Freki.
Okay, all right. So what happens is you start like rallying everyone to you, and
But
the
do you
last
just-
remaining Huskarl men and like the thralls come in and they get fucking slaughtered. So at the end of the battle, why don't you tell me how the 2 of you kill Freki? He's dead. He's definitely dead.
He's definitely dead. I see him facing off against Bertie and in some sort of
Yeah.
duel position
Yeah.
where they're trading blows,
Like around
Hurting-
the throne, right?
hurting each other gravely and like going at it.
I know where
Bertie
this is going.
clearly the better warrior, despite the fact that she's a woman and all that. When suddenly he gets a crossbow
Shock attack!
bolt.
Oh,
He
I
gets
thought
a-
you were just
Oh,
gonna
I
stab
thought
him.
you were gonna like sneak up behind him and just like
Stab him.
cut his throat.
Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen.
Give
get-
him the like Irish smile or whatever that's called.
He just takes a crossbow bolt to the back of his
So
left
cowardly.
knee. Yeah, well, I'm a bastard.
Really? He's taking a fucking arrow to the knee?
Yes,
We're firing on all cylinders tonight, boys.
and he
And
falls.
so it is that the Jarl of Iceland takes an arrow to the knee.
To the knee, to the back of the knee, because I'm shooting him from behind. And he falls down with his sword to support him just as Bertie cuts his head off.
Are his last words, "I used to be an adventurer like you"?
No. No, they
I
aren't.
used to be a. I feel like
I feel like that would actually be a cool ending. Like, he falls down and Birdie is about to kill him, and he goes, I used to be, and then you just chop his head off. And
I feel
what
like
he's gonna say.
I feel like when she hits him though, like she's still swinging Olaf's axe, and I feel like when she swings it, it should hit the throne, and something like dramatic should happen. Like either it like embeds itself in the like front of the throne,
Okay, yeah.
or perhaps it breaks, you know. So it's like maybe it's stuck there, you know, and like that's like the town, some portion of the town's history is Olaf's axe head that's unremovable from the front of this throne.
Awesome.
I like it.
So here's what happens towards the end of this battle.
Uh,
Everybody's dead. Basically, it's just Rorik and Bertie. Even Meckley and Aesgarder like got off and fought once more.
Okay.
And now Meckley's in a corner with a sword wound through his gut next to the crossbow bolt he took through the neck. And you just hear him singing Ragnar the Red as he watches Frecky's head roll across the floor. And it's like a really sputtering and like super fucking sad. He's like, his filthy red head rolled away on the floor. And he closes his eyes.
Mackley, you stupid bastard. This one's for you, I say as I go up and I'm gonna make I was actually gonna say, take up a sword lying on the ground as I walk
take
across.
his sword by chance?
Of course, because I take his sword. You couldn't deliver this, so I'll do it for you. As I take my sword and take Gurney's head off to make sure the witch is dead.
Yeah, she's dead.
And then
I feel like it would be appropriate as we leave the longhouse for you to be belting out the what's the Rorik the Red song. so you come walking out swinging this head of this young woman singing this song that Meckley could never sing on tune.
Yeah,
The fucking horror of this night.
Eric the Red. Yes. Or
I honestly don't know what Bertie's doing.
There
I
once
mean,
was a witch named Gurney the Young.
her head's on a pike, and it's oh so much fun.
Oh man.
I think Bertie is when she comes out of the shock of battle and comes down from the adrenaline, she's immediately going to want to go after her children.
Okay, let's cut to those children.
Yeah.
It's the next morning,
Mm-hmm.
and Rorik's dead. He died bleeding out from his wounds. And
happily.
you arrive in Aitlandville. Won't you take me to
Oh, Bertie does?
Aitland Town? No.
No.
You'll be there later in the day. Right
Yeah.
now,
Hildred
it's
does.
currently
Hildred, high
Hildred.
key.
Oh man, I keep wanting to say Grim. It's Hildred.
Yeah. So out of curiosity, just so I know for the because I have a feeling Hildred is probably like this next bit is going to be important. I had a bond with Hildred from Grimm at the start of this play session. Does that actually mean anything right now that I'm playing her?
I don't think so. You
Well,
have already spent your Grim post-mortem bonds.
I have one with her too from last session when I picked
Okay.
her.
Okay. I was just curious.
No, I think we've kind of established that you keep your bonds if you switch playthings. So yes, you can bond yourself.
Just doesn't seem
kinda-
right, man.
It doesn't. I mean,
I
if
know
you
it
wanted,
doesn't seem right, but we established it in like the
Yeah, well-
episode where Un the Crone died. That
so
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree.
the reason why I ask is because I have 4 new relationships, and I wasn't sure if my
Yeah.
old bonds go
yeah.
away.
So I'm not completely certain if that's how it works, but since we've done it once, we have precedence. We're gonna keep doing it that way.
Okay.
We're using the Will Wheaton method.
Okay.
It may be completely wrong, but that's how we're doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're riding into town. The town looks much different than the last time we saw it. There's a lot fewer people. There's a lot less happiness and joy. To the south of the farmstead, There's a much smaller farmstead that's got a white steeple chapel
Mm-hmm.
that clearly has a cross on top of it. And there's lots of farm animals there, right? So, like, the regular village doesn't have that many animals anymore. They don't seem very prosperous. The Christians look like they are rocking it right now.
Okay.
Super prosperous. And you ride up to the longhouse of Aitland Crushed Hands.
Okay.
And Heidi's like,
The other guys are so prosperous, man.
okay, Meckley, or not Meckley,
Hildred.
fucking Meckley, man.
Just call him Grimm's wife.
He died so well. All right, Hildred, I'll go in there and I'll get the conversation started, but you need to be prepared. He really, really hates Olaf.
Understood. I'm sure we can come to an arrangement.
Is that you, Una Crone?
No, that was just me. I had something in the back of my
Are
throat.
you sure? 'Cause I was
Una
so
Crone is back.
Unacronish.
And
Same facial expression and everything.
Back from the grave.
We still see Una Crone puppet mastering in the background. Yeah, after a few minutes he comes back out and he is not smiling. He looks pretty upset and he says, okay, yeah. He'll see you now. Yep.
okay. I walk in.
And
Do
he's
you-
like, he goes to the kids and he's like, you come with me now, kids. You over here. We'll see if your mom comes back out again. Nothing to worry
can I-
about.
Can I spend a bond with Sigurd and look into his heart? What does your character wish I would do?
Oh, so good. Let's do it. What does your character wish I would do? Sigurd would like you to let him go back to the village to fight beside his father. He
Okay.
really wants to use that sweet-ass new sword that he was bestowed.
You might get the chance here, but we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, give a 4-year-old a longsword to fight Aitland Crushed Hands.
I was fairly certain that when I gave him that sword, it would not. I would. It was for kind of the future legacy. So
It would have
Anyway.
been awesome if we had jumped 100 years in the future.
yeah,
And, like,
he was still alive. Or
no, not that he's still alive, but like you would play like the adult male version of his son
Yeah.
who has the sword. So Sigurd's son
Mhm.
would have been cool, but
It would have.
perhaps another time.
Yeah. for another
Sigurdur
session.
Sigurdursson. A long line of Sigurdur.
Okay, so I am walking into the longhouse.
Left legacy stays alive. All right, you walk into the longhouse. There's like row after row, probably about a dozen rows of men paired off on one side to the other. So there's about 24 basically soldier-looking men. Not even like Huskarls. They look kind of like the Norwegians. You know, they're definitely more soldiers than warriors. And sitting like, I can't believe this is happening, is Aitland Crushed Hands with his crushed hand. Olaf.
Okay.
And he says, Hildred Stein, daughter, it is I, Aitland Crushed Hands. I've heard you have brought the spawn of Olaf. Olaf's into my village.
I have brought many children to your village. Our town has come under attack, and we come seeking the shelter of your farmstead.
That all you seek then? You want shelter on my farmstead?
Am I like out of character? Am I also trying to get him to ride to help the village at this point?
Are you?
I'm trying to remember if that was part of what Grimm said
If
to do.
that is something you're doing, it would sound like you're trying to go to man into action.
Yeah.
It was. We were trying to gain an alliance, basically, against the Norse.
Yeah.
We were gonna start fighting. We just didn't anticipate to all it all to end in one night with bloody violence and everybody dead.
So I think at this point, Hildred that might have been her original goal, but looking around this room, I think there are Norwegian soldiers in this. Like, I think she's a
So I
little
wanna be clear,
uncomfortable.
they're not Norwegian soldiers.
Okay.
But instead of looking like shaggy Huskarl men and Vikings,
Okay.
They look like men who have been trained in uniforms for combat.
Okay.
They're very formal.
Okay. In which case, I say no. The Norwegians have landed on our shores. They even now are my kin are fighting to repel them from our lands. Uh, I seek the safety of my family, and I ask for your help in driving off the invaders. So I think that is goading a man to action. You are correct.
So yeah, as you approach him and say these things, you see that he's got like one pale eye that's like rotting away with some unknown milky disease,
Mm-hmm.
and it scares the shit out of you. Why don't you roll gendered and see if you can goad this motherfucker into some action?
Let's see how well this
Like
goes.
protect the village.
Jesus,
You fuck it up horribly.
I fuck it up horribly.
Well, let's see here. Yeah. He starts laughing. Help your village. I have an offer for you, little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the son of Olaf Olafsson, and I will ride to your village and kill all of the Norwegians. That is the only offer you will get from me.
You will not lay a hand on Olaf Olafsson. He is under my protection.
I will not aid you against the Norwegians.
You would rather have them ride freely on our shores?
I would rather the spawn of Olaf Olafsson be cast into the sea and taken into hell's embrace.
You would sacrifice the lives of all that you hold dear for the death of one so young.
I would sacrifice everything to destroy Olaf Olafsson.
Even your honor?
Raises crushed hand. Says, there is no honor in helping Olaf Olafsson, for he is a coward who kills women.
That may be.
Who are you to question my honor anyway, girl? Run back to your husband and hide behind his skirts.
I would run back to my husband, but he is currently doing battle with the Norwegians, as you should be yourself.
I know of your husband. If he's doing battle with the Norwegians, it is with words, not with warriors' blades.
I don't know what to say to that. I think I can. Huh. I think we've been bantering
I'm pretty
words.
sure you actually literally did do battle with words instead of warriors' blades.
Yeah, I know, I did.
I didn't even realize that until afterwards.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
It is what I did. That's why I was like, oh, what do I actually say to that? Because that's kind of true. Yeah.
I'd like to say that I was thinking of that before I made the comment, but I wasn't. That was just an insult I was throwing out.
Okay, so if he's not going to help, I leave. I go see Haiti, and I ask about the followers of the White Christ.
So, when you're about to leave, the doors to the longhouse close, and all of those men around you start closing in on you. And I did not dismiss you.
Clearly you did. You said you would not help. Am I to understand that a woman is not safe under your longhouse? Is this the kind of...
It's not your problem. You're perfectly safe. I've just dispatched a few men outside to deal with a long-standing family issue.
You would send others to do your revenge. What a coward.
Olaf Olafsson killed many villagers.
So, I think at this point, I'm defending something I hold dear. Is that correct?
You are good friends with Bertie Held's daughter.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to... I'm not entirely sure how I would do this, kind of in the context. I feel
out
like...
the front door like a flying lioness. Doing Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon style moves.
Yeah.
We go Jade Regent and throw a little bit of that Asian influence into our Iceland.
Can she force her way out in time is the question.
That sounds exactly like what the role is for.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Like she-wolf has negative consequences if you fail, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay. I am going to engage my inner she-wolf and attempt to protect something that I hold dear.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I think from the camera's point of view, what weapon do you have on you?
that's actually a small knife.
You draw your small knife, and you look quite tiny next to these large Norse men wearing military uniforms.
Yep.
But as you do, you meet them all by the eye, and they see the spirit of a literal wolf howling behind you. And the wolf is like howling at a moon, and from that moon we see Olaf Olafsson looking down on you,
I,
standing next to his god, the Lord
please,
of the Moon.
please tell me there are at least two more wolves in that particular image.
There are not. There are not enough wolves. Okay, you got
So
a not good.
you get a +1 for me because I'm using that bond,
Okay,
Okay.
that's
but
Uh,
5.
so
that's
I am.
still
Well,
You
no, I
can't.
mean
You
that's not my
can't
roll.
spend more bonds after your roll.
I haven't rolled yet.
I thought you just rolled gendered.
Well, it's a roll for young. That gendered was for trying to goad him to action.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. Let's do
So
it.
so this is additional +1. I should point out that spending that last bond with Sigurd Grimson, I gained my advancement with the remaining two, so I use that to pick +1. Young.
I don't know that does spending the bond let you get an advance. I don't know that that's how it is. I think you have to make a roll on there, or you have to make a move on their behalf.
I thought I looked into his heart.
Oh, yeah. So you did use a move on their
Yep.
behalf. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, you just
Uh,
said spending the bond. Okay. Yep.
all right. So I'm rolling plus young. Young. This is additional +1. Holer here's hoping I don't screw it up. Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Pick one of those.
I think
So
I
what
get
is?
two of them because
I
I
was
get
gonna say,
additional
what is that
plus
with?
one. It's a 10 with a +1
Okay. All
from
right.
his
Pick
bond.
two.
I picked two. What is my options?
They back
Uh,
down. They endure grave harm, or no one else endures grave harm.
uh,
Mm,
let's see. They back down and no one else endures grave harm.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you just draw that knife, and they all start backing off, and Aitlin is like, "Fools, crush her!" And there's spit flying from his face, and they just, they're just like, "Whoa, not gonna touch this. This isn't very honorable." Yeah, I think like one of them turns and is like, "Aitlin, I didn't sign up for this. This is not honorable." And they like open the door to let you outside. There's guys that are like trying to separate Olaf Olafsson Jr., but
Mhm.
none of them are like weapons out. They're not like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill that kid.
Yep. So I rush over and stand between the two men and Olaf Olafsson Jr. And I say, "You would do harm to a small child on the words of one who is consumed with rage and vengeance? What kind of men are you? Go back to your master."
One of them just bam right to the face with a like chain-mailed glove,
Uh huh.
just punches you in the face,
Okay.
and like blood goes flying out of your mouth, and he says, "Women, I am seeking the spawn of Olaf Olafsson Jr. He killed my father. They say that he is a Viking warrior, but he is a coward, consumed by his own grief over killing a woman, and now he doesn't fight at all. I'm
You would,
sure that with these Norwegians on our shores, he's probably home in bed pissing his pants. It's best to put the boy out of his misery before he learns what a horrifying father he has."
and yet you do battle with a woman armed with a knife rather than the Norwegians who are on our shores.
So he draws a pretty large dirk and says, "You call that a knife? This is a knife."
oh God.
Place it where it is deserved, in the gullet of a Norwegian. Go,
Says,
ride
"I
for
will
the
put."
sea.
Okay, goad him. That sounds exactly like what you're doing.
Okay,
If you
go to.
fail at this, I want to let you know the consequence. He's gonna stab Olaf Olafsson.
Okay, will I get another opportunity to defend him?
Probably not. I mean, you're literally goading him, and if you fail, you're goading him into something he's not doing.
Okay.
Gonna stab him in the stomach.
Okay.
Like, put it where it belongs. He's like, yes, I will.